We will start. So yes, I'm bringing her on now. So like I said, everybody, tag your friends. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Yabo. Good evening or good evening and good evening from here in Nigeria. How are you doing?
Good evening from your end. Good afternoon from my end.
From your end, exactly.
Yeah. You're looking beautiful. It's so funny. The first time we started chatting, that was the first time I really got to know you. There are many people who follow me that I don't know. You know, this is what happens.
Yes. I've been following you for a long time, for years.
Thank you.
I've been following you for years.
Thank you so much. God bless you. And you are in Nigeria. You're in Lagos, Nigeria.
I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, at the moment.
Okay, and I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So you see the power of the internet. It brings us together in such a wonderful way.
So I think the social media is more like a global village where people can meet each other, do business and connect, socialize, and you know, it's a powerful tool, and it can also be a major problem.
Yes, you see, you're so smart. You see, the day we were having a chat, I was actually in the car. My husband was driving, and you know, I was playing the messages. You know, we were communicating with voice notes, and I was playing the messages, and my husband was smiling, and I was telling him, I'm like, this is a mini me. I'm like, she not only does she sound like me, we have the same accents, but all of her views about life, everything she's talking about, are my views as well. So it's funny how people get to connect, because I won't say exactly what we were talking about until you tell them why we even chose this topic. But everything you said on those voice notes resonated with me completely. So can you tell people about yourself and also tell them how and why we came up with this topic?
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Yabo. Okay, my name is Bernadette Souza. I'm actually a marketing and sales specialist. Aside from that, I'm a content creator. What made me get into content is that sometimes ago when I was in the financial sector, I've been in insurance, I've been in banking, I'm currently doing oil and gas marketing at the moment. So now basically what made me go into content creation is that some time ago when I was in Ibadan in the financial sector, I found out that there are lots of unsaid stories that the media is trying to brandish some things, like things are not being portrayed the way they are when it comes to rape, when it comes to women, when it comes to divorce, when it comes to relationships. There are a lot of unsung song in quotes. So I felt a need to start this Bernadette Souza media to talk about things that people are not talking about in the society. So I got into the media by having a part-time radio job when I was in the financial sector. So that's how I started doing content creation. So how I met my wonderful Dr. Yabo, I think some time ago, I was going through social media and I saw a woman, a doctor, talking about different things. And I said, wow, this woman is the kind of person I should follow. And I followed her, and you know, it's been a blessing since then, to be very honest. So it's been a blessing, basically.
Thank you, Bernadette. Thank you. And this particular day, this particular glorious day, you sent me a message. It was after a reel that I did. I make so many reels like you. I'm also a content creator. I'm very creative. I know that people are, I'm sure people wonder, they're like, well, she's a doctor. How is she so creative?
Like how does she mix that together? Yes.
And this is why I'm always saying that doctors, professionals, don't neglect your creative side, because we can get wrapped up into what we do every day, into the routine of our work. Like you told us, you were in the financial sector, you were in the insurance sector, but look at you today, you're a content creator. So, you know, obviously I have that big part of my brain that is my creative side, which really didn't start to manifest and really come out until my dad passed in 2015 when I started writing books. But now I love my creative parts. I love it even more than my scientific brain. So, you know, this is why I'm always telling people that your creative side, don't neglect it, because your creative side actually will make you a lot more purposeful. It will bring you a lot more peace. It will bring more impact, and it will even bring you more money, because you'll enjoy it a lot more. You know, you'll enjoy it a
I
lot
do
more.
agree.
So on this glorious day, I don't remember which reel you saw. You saw a reel and then you came to me and we were talking about class and elegance and sophistication.
Yes,
So
yes.
tell people, if you remember the reel, describe it to them and tell people how we got talking that day.
I think it was your 50-second video for your post, and I saw you posted about your birthday, and I was like, wow, this woman is even up to 52. And I was like, oh, I loved your dressing, how you looked very elegant, you were covered, you were chic, and you were still able to carry yourself with a lot of grace. So we started talking about, you know, elegance in the 21st century woman, and how, and I started sending you voice notes and you were responding. I was like, wow, she really loves to chat and all that. Then we talked about 21st century women and how we now see expose as a sign of dressing or looking good. You know, that's been a major challenge for me, to be honest with you. It's now abnormal is becoming normal, Dr. Yabo, and normal is becoming abnormal. That's what our society looks like. You know, when I posted your birthday videos on my WhatsApp, and people were like, are you sure she's a medical doctor? I said, she's a certified medical doctor in Atlanta. She is a medical doctor. And she was like, she looks really nice. I said, because she understands she doesn't need to be all over the place to look beautiful, to look attractive. She's not on a marketplace trying to sell bodily parts, you know. So that's a major, that has been a major challenge for me. And that's what dared me to you, basically.
Honestly, I don't even know where to start from with this topic, because I totally 1000% concur with you. And I call it, you know, retaining your class, retaining your sophistication. You know, the kind of men that are even going to be attracted to you if all your body parts are hanging out there. Are you even sure that they want to get married to you? And even if they do get married to you, and then they get married to you and then they treat you poorly, you know, again, women don't, but you guys know, if you message me and you're rude, I'll just block you. I don't, you know, I don't have time. But people like to.
Dr.
Bernadette. They don't know who they're dealing with. They'll come and they'll start being rude. They'll start saying you're problematic. I don't argue with anybody. I just block them.
No, I think the mute and the block buttons were created for a reason, so that we can use them actually.
Oh.
Yes.
I use those in a beautiful, peaceful way.
Important.
I just block and I move on. I'll be wondering, people get into conversations with people who are not emotionally intelligent. I'm like, really? Do you know that if you're arguing with a fool, then you are more than a fool?
Yes, yes. You don't expect to be clean when you're fighting with pigs, to be honest with you.
You know, so women, there's something called classy sexy, you know? There's something called sophisticated sexy, right? Elegant sexy. You know,
out of the window.
Eh?
It's out of the window these days.
Oh, you know, but this is why we're doing this live. You know, you don't have to copy all the celebrities and copy. Again, I'm not putting any celebrity down, but because somebody put their hand in fire doesn't mean that you have to. You know, you have to show people that you can be sexy and sultry, but in a classy, elegant, sophisticated manner. You don't have to put all your breasts out there and your butt out there and show your crotch and everything out there. Those people, those men who are, and they will run after you. Trust me, you get a lot of attention. I go to some Instagram pages. There are many women that I used to follow and I've unfollowed them, because when I see the kind of pictures and videos they do, I'm like, I don't even want this to be in my spirit space. Some of them will say they're married. Some of them will say they're married. They come live, and the way they're sitting down, you can see their butts. You know,
you can even see the V line, like you can see the camel toe really popping out, and you're like, what happened? You know, what happened?
You know, really, basically? You know, you can see. There's one that Tammy and I were talking about one time. I won't say what work she does. When we look at her pages, she's doing a live, and she says she's married. And honestly, the way she'll sit down, she sits down, you know how a woman will sit and your legs are wide apart? Sit down with your legs wide apart, half of her butt is out. And I'm thinking, is this woman really married, or is she actually just looking for sex on Instagram?
Okay,
So
I'm sorry, Dr. Yabo, to cut
please
you
go
short
on,
that.
go on, Bernadette.
I think we need to understand that when we have ill-raised children becoming parents, you don't expect to see a different society than what we currently have. So now, a parent that is ill-mannered, that was a young person that is ill-raised or did not listen to his or her parents, grows up to be an adult that also have children. You don't expect to see to not see moral decadence in the society. So that is what is going on. So a woman that believes in showing up the breast and all, you don't expect her to raise children that will be properly dressed. You don't. So now, for those women that dress in those kind of ways, they believe that their body parts is their market, in quotes. That's all they have to offer: the breast, the hips. That's the reason why you have high level, or as a medical doctor, you would agree with me, you have a spike of surgeries, increase for the need for surgeries, body plastic surgeries, because people now see the body parts as the markets. They don't need to have a brain. You don't need to be intellectually stimulating to have a conversation. All you need is a big breast. Come to Lagos right now. Come to Lagos. You will rarely see, if you see 10 girls, you rarely see 5 that have natural bodies. It's a big breast, it's a big butt, the body looks very deformed, but they believe they paid millions for it. And, it's just it. It's just it. But I'm just hoping, do you think, Dr. Yabo, do you think Westernization has played a major role in decent dressing, or lack of elegance in the dress sense? Do you think Westernization played a major role?
I don't know if it's Westernization yet. Well, we've had Westernization for a long time. I think the two major things that have contributed to this is obviously the globalization, the growth of the internet. Because now,
Okay.
when we were young, at least when I was young, we only had phones at home. We didn't have cell phones. TV ended at 9 o'clock. The phone at home, my parents even padlocked the phone. So we only had our neighbors to play with. So now anybody can press a button and see what's happening in any part of the world. So I think it's the internet, and then it is also people copying celebrities. I think that so for me, it's because Westernization, if you think about it, Westernization has been around even since our parents' time. My dad, who was born in 1926 or what, I would say he knew about Westernization. He traveled the world. So I think it's so much access to the rest of the world. And because people now just want to copy celebrities, the Kardashians, I think kind of start again. I don't have anything against the Kardashians. I don't. But everybody's trying to copy the Kardashian body, with the small, tiny waist and the big butt, which honestly, between you and I say there are some things that look attractive. I don't know how anybody thinks that's attractive. Why? The exercises that I do, Bernadette, the exercises that I do them to make my butt toned and to make my butt not flabby and big. I'm like the opposite. I'm trying to get the opposite. I'm trying to get my butt to not fall and my butt to be nice and toned and moderate size. Meanwhile, these women are going to add.
Because like I said earlier, it's like their market. Like I said, it's their market. They believe that women that are voluptuous, big assets, bomb and everything is because they are more, it is perceived, it's about perception, that they are more attractive to men.
Yes.
So now they do these things. Apart from, some people actually have low self-esteem. They have the part of their body that low self-esteem. They have the part of their body that they wish was bigger, they wish was fuller, they wish was tighter. So they would, once they have the money, they have the access to finance to get the surgery done, they would do it. Sometimes it's low self-esteem, and sometimes it's to attract, to attract the customers, and that's what it is for them.
So see, Tayo is saying something here, which my daughters say as well. You know, so I respect what you're saying. I don't know if you can read it. See, Tayo says, I'm on both sides of the fence. I agree you can be elegant and sexy while showing minimal skin, but I don't think women should have their dressing policed, if that makes sense. Nobody is policing women's dressing. And see, Tayo, you're probably in your 20s or 30s, because I can always tell the women, yeah, and I'm not, this is not a criticism. Nobody is policing anybody's dressing. If you go to my page, I have many pictures of me in a bathing suit. Yes or no?
You do actually. Yes, you do.
I have many pictures of me in a bathing suit. How many 50-something-year-olds do that? Not many, because I'm confident. Yeah, I'm confident of the body the body God gave me, but I wear those swimsuits in an elegant way. You're not going to see me with a swimsuit where my camel toe is showing, or where I have my butt facing the camera. You know, again, we're not saying that women should cover up and look like nuns or cover up. That's not what we're saying. We're talking about elegant, sexy, elegant, classy. So we're not policing anybody's dressing. At the end of the day, it's a free world. Let me say this one thing, Bernadette, then I'm going to go over to you. I want women to write this down. Dr. Yabo, I'm not on this earth to judge anybody. But
of course not.
Let me tell you what I'm on this earth to do, though. This one in particular, listen carefully. I'm on this earth to tell you that every action you take,
there's consequences.
So I'm not judging you. Do whatever makes you happy. If you want to walk on the street naked, go ahead and do it. Will you be arrested by a policeman? Yes. You know, if you want to put your areola out on Instagram, go ahead and do
it.
Feel free. Will men chase you down? Oh, yes. Is it the kind of men that will respect you, adore you, take you places and show you off as their girlfriend, as their wife, and actually get married to you and treat you well and respect you? No.
I don't think so.
No. So do whatever you want. Wear whatever you want to wear. But what you'll attract to you and the consequences, are you ready? Are you ready for those consequences? Bernadette.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I think, like, I do agree with you that for every consequence, every action, there's a consequence to the action. You cannot dress in a very demeaning manner to your persona and your body as a woman, and ask yourself why men that just want to get laid are coming to you. You can't. You understand? So you cannot say you have a party, you have like a 40D kind of boobs, and you have just the nipple covered, and you have the slit to your bum, and you are wondering why Kunle came and just had sex with you and went, Azan came and just had sex with you, because you do not appear like somebody that wants to be kept. You don't want it for keeps, you want it for sex. So that's just the truth. A lot of people are wondering why men just come into their lives and never take them seriously. Appearance is a major thing. I'm not somebody that will come here and come and lie to you. You would always be addressed the way you are dressed. You would always be addressed the way you are dressed. Now, somebody said to me one time, he said, Benny, every time you go to, when I was doing like a marketing manager for the insurance company, I was meeting only the MDs and the EDs on top level. And my friends used to ask me, well, don't they ask you to take you out on a date or want to sleep with you? I said, you would not. When I come to your office, I'm not a sex appeal. I come to your office properly dressed as a professional. You would not give me a hotel address. You would not. So my father used to say something, and I used to laugh. He would say that if you dress like an Israelite, you cannot be angry if you're dressed like an Israelite, you would not be approached by Egyptians. So if you dress the way you want to be addressed, people that just want to touch the boobs, they would not come to you. You know, I used to date someone, Dr. Yabo, let me make you laugh. He said, why are you always dressing all covered? I looked at the guy and I said, if you want somebody that is all dressed the way you want, go and meet the person. The guy was shocked. I was 30 at that time. And I said, if you want somebody, there's always a woman and a man for everybody.
Yes.
So if you want, that's what I believe.
Yes.
So if you believe that I am not the kind of woman that you want when it comes to dress, you want her to be all popping, all short every day, you need to go and meet that caliber of girls because they exist.
Yes.
I am not going to modify my dressing to accommodate any man. I'd rather be unmarried. So if you want me to be dressing in a sultry manner, you need to go meet them. And the guy was shocked. He said, they're going to be 30 this year. I said, he's the way. And I was like, that was the end of me and the guy. Numbers were deleted. I blocked the guy. That was it.
Very good.
That was it. That was it for me. That was it. So I think women too need to stand their ground. A lot of people cannot withstand pressure. Dr. Yabo, if you go to parties in Lagos, oh my God, it's always a competition of bobs, that boobies out, and high slit skirts. The high slit dress must be to the vaginal line. It is a must. Yes. So you will see all the yeah.
So, but are they wearing underwear? Are they wearing panties?
What? Underwear? You will see all their legs. You will see all their legs from this to the thighs, like Dr. Yabo. It's to here. You'll be seeing it.
Yes. So it will go all the way up to where the panty line should be, meaning they don't have any panty on.
Exactly. So you even see some. You see the boobs area. There's oil. There's eyeshadow. So it's like this. It's jiggling. It's calling you. Come. And I'm like, sometimes I went for, let me do something. I know, I'm afraid the person is not on this live session. I went for one party. A client of mine opened a restaurant at Lekki one some time ago. So when I got there, oh my goodness. When I got there, I saw somebody that I knew from secondary school, Dr. Yabo. As I saw her, I did not greet her. I did not greet the girl because I did not want to be associated with that kind of person. I'm sorry. Call me judgmental. Call me whatever. It was a big client meeting. I had EDs. I had MDs there. I acted like I did not know the person until she came to give me a hug. I prayed for the ground to open and just swallow me that day. Because the guys were like, where did you know this kind of person? I was embarrassed. I need to be honest with you. She was dressed like, I do not know. I don't know. She was she's heavy on the chest. It was covered like this, all up. She had a very big bum. It was a very short skirt. It had a high sleeves. The back was open. I was embarrassed. I was very embarrassed. I felt really bad, but hey, you know, I think when we talk like this, they think we are not fashionable. And I'm like, do I look like someone that is not fashionable? Fashion is now trashy right now. Fashion is equal to trashy dressing at the moment.
Equal to trashy. For me, I believe in sexy, sultry, but classy. I wear mini dresses. You guys know me and my mini dresses. I
follow you. I've been following you for a long time, you know.
I wear my mini dresses, but I do it in a classy way. I'm not going to, I wear mini dresses. Once in a while, you'll see my cleavage. I don't even believe in that much cleavage. The most cleavage I'll show, even that cleavage safe, maybe tiny, maybe tiny cleavage. But for me, most of the time, I'm covered up. Or even if I wear my, my half strapless, it covers everything. There's a way I was divorced for 10 years, and of course I was in the dating field for those 10 years. Of course, I've met a lot of men. You can imagine the kind of men I was dating then, CEOs and a lot of men in leadership positions. And I learned so much from those men. And the kind of men that the kind of women high value men like. It's not what we think, it's not boobs out and this out. You have to leave something for the eye. What if you've put it all out there? So think something to the imagination. Thank you. If you've put it all out there, then what is there? And then these men are also thinking that, okay, if I marry this woman and she's exposing everything to everybody, after I marry her, is this still how she's still going to be dressing and all of my friends and my family seeing everything? So, oh yeah, you will get a lot of attention. You will be popular. You will get a lot of attention. They will come to you. But as fast as they come to you and they get what they want in the bedroom, that's as fast. This is why women will be saying, oh, he ghosted me. I'm messaging him. He's not replying, because my DMs are always full, Bernadette. And when I ask them, I'm like, so have you been intimate with them? They'll say yes. I'll say, no wonder he ghosted you. No wonder he ghosted you, because on the first date, you followed him home. You did what you needed to do, and then now you're texting him. He's not answering. What for? Why would he answer? Why would he answer? You've given him what he wants. He's done.
I think another thing that we need to address on this live session is women believing that they are used and dumped after sex. I think sex is a mutual thingy. It's something that both people need to enjoy. If nobody is doing anybody a favor, you're not doing me a favor as a man, I'm not doing a favor as a woman. So this idea of use and dump, I think, is something that we might need to do another live session that we need to address. You know, I hear a lot of women say it and I cringe. What do you mean by he used me? No, you had sex, it wasn't you. Oh my God, no, don't say that. Don't. And people say, what do you mean? I said, don't say that. I think we need to do another live session one day to talk about, so we don't digress. I think we need to talk about some dating tips, you know, things you need to look out for and all that. You should give us the tips, Dr. Yabo. You should.
Bernadette. So
yeah,
I'm all about practical tips. So now let's go into the practical tips. Let's tell women, between you and I, let's go back and forth. What are the reasons we're saying they should not dress like this? Because for me, it's all about practical tips, so that people won't think we're just rambling, we're just, you know, and all the feminists that are out there. Look, I'm also a feminist, but as I say it all the time, I'm a feminist with common sense. You know, I can't become a feminist and then twist everything. I'm a feminist with common sense, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't know that I still have to be sophisticated and classy. So, hi, love. Do you need something?
No, I'm just going to.
Oh, okay. Okay, love. So, Bernadette, let's start telling people why we did this live, why we think that kind of dressing is inappropriate, the reasons why, and how it can really backfire on their life. You say some, I'll say some, so that people will really understand.
Okay. Are you going first, or you want me to go?
I can go first. So,
okay, it's fine.
These statements that I see all the time, ladies and gents, you teach people how to treat you, okay? Listen again, you teach people how to treat you. The first appearance matters, okay? The first image that people have of you matters. If I was somebody who came on Instagram and, you know, I just came and exposed everything and you saw my body parts, you saw that, there'll be the kind of people I would attract, you know, the kind of work I would attract. It would be very, very different from what I'm doing now. So you teach people how to treat you. So you can't complain if you've put yourself out there as a low commodity person. I'm sorry, I hate to say this about humans, but that's how I view it. If you have all of your parts out there, you're telling the whole world you have no class, you have no morals, you know, you don't respect yourself, you don't even respect the God that created you. You know, because for me, before I do anything, put anything out or say anything, I think about it, that what would God think? You know, so you don't even respect the God that created you. Again, I'm not here to judge you. If you want to walk naked, walk naked. You're sure not in my house.
Exactly.
You're not in my house. You can't enter my own house naked. So walk naked anywhere you want. But the one reason why we're doing this is that if you want to be taken seriously in life, if you want your life to be meaningful, if you want to create a good legacy, if you want to make good impacts, if you want to change people's lives positively, these precious kids coming behind us, your kids, your grandkids, other people's kids, they're watching you, okay? They are watching you. So if you want to bless all these kids and you want to leave a good legacy and you want people to say, ah, Dr. Yabo, ah, Bernadette, you changed lives. Because of you, these kids are doing well. Because of you, think about what you put out there, because you may think you're enjoying yourself, but you're not only destroying your own life, but you're destroying the lives of a lot of people around you. So that's one reason, okay? Or maybe to have said two reasons, right? You're destroying the lives of the future generation. And then number two is the way people will treat you is not the way you should be treated.
I agree.
Any other reasons, Bernadette?
Yeah, I think you've said majority of it, but I would also say that, well, how do you know doctors? How do you know lawyers? How do you know professionals? Most likely by how they are dressed, right? So if I go to a hospital, I'm just giving you an instance, and somebody wants to attend to me and is not fully dressed, and the person says, I'm a nurse, I'll say, no. Where's your scrub? Where's your this? Where's your that? Do you understand? In the same way, when you dress in a certain way, you get profiled wrongly.
Yes.
So I believe that our outward appearance is our CV, our CV before people even get to know us. Now, before somebody gets to know your intellectual capacity, know your emotional capacity and the likes of them, you are already judged by how you look, whether anybody accepts it or not. Before people listen to what you have to say or you have upstairs, you're already profiled by what you look like. Let me give you an instance. If someone comes for an interview and the person on the CV, the person has a first class and blah, 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 and the person comes looking like they're going to the club, you would forget the person's, most times, if you're not careful, you might just forget how good they are. You might forget how good they are, that you just have to judge them by what they look like.
Yes.
So to prevent being wrongly profiled, I would always advise people to dress how they want to be addressed. Now, if I go somewhere, you would not call me a hooker, for instance, if I'm not dressed like one.
Yes.
So I think profiling is actually very cool. Another thing is so that they don't attract the wrong set of people. Now, some guys just want to get laid.
Did we lose you? Did we lose you, Bernadette? It looks like we're losing your internet. Can you guys still hear me? It looks like Bernadette's internet has gone off. Can you guys still hear me? If you can still hear me, I'll continue. But I don't want to continue without knowing that you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys? Okay, she's gone. I'm sure she'll come back. So, you know, another thing I wanted to say is the way you dress directly shows what your spirit is like. Okay, how would I put it? The way you're adorning yourself on the outside, the way you're portraying yourself, like, look at me now, I'm dressed in this dress, you know, long sleeve and all of that, I'm covered up, right? But the way that you dress shows exactly what is going on in your spirit. Okay, so sometimes when I actually see these women who reveal everything online or reveal everything at parties, I actually feel sorry for them. I actually feel sorry for them. Sometimes I pray for them, because I'm like, this girl doesn't know that she has some battles and she has some demons that she's battling. You know, a lot of people don't know that they have a lot of demons that they're battling, or they have a lot of internal turmoil. You know, they have a lot of internal turmoil that they need to address, you know, coming from childhood trauma, coming from low self-worth, low self-esteem, body image issues. You know, so when you see somebody out there, are you guys following me? I actually feel sorry for them, because I'm like, you know, this is the blind leading the blind. And this is why a lot of women who do those things, their friends do it as well. You know, they have friends. I don't know how some people are wearing these club dresses in front of these aunties. I'm too fearful. But honestly, a lot of the women who dress like that, they have a lot of inner spirits, demons, and all sorts of challenges and mental health challenges, self-esteem issues, self-confidence issues, body image issues that they need to address. But instead of addressing it, they just keep dressing in a way that is just terrible. So what I want to say out there is that if you're that woman who's out there, you're watching the replay, and you know you feel like you have to put all your body parts out there. We're not saying that you should dress covered up. If you go to my Instagram, I don't dress covered up from head to toe. I even have pictures in my bathing suit, but I do it in a sophisticated, classy way. You know, I'm not going to wear a bathing suit that is high and you can see my camel toe or whatever you guys call it. I don't do all that. Again, if you want to do it, but you bear the consequences. But if you feel like you have to go to that extent, if you feel like you have to reveal so much of your body before you are accepted, before you fit in, then you have a lot of spiritual demons and a lot of spiritual issues you have to deal with. Because honestly, when I say spiritual, I don't mean religious, but we're spirit, right? We all know we're spirits. Our bodies are spirits. This body is just covering the spirits. Deal with those demons. Deal with the self-esteem problems. Deal with the the self-confidence problems, rather than doing all those things and revealing your body. Because at the end of the day, you're going to face the consequences. It's not going to serve you well. It's not going to serve you well. So that's what I wanted to say here. And be careful of the friends you're around. You heard what Bernadette said, that she went to a party. She saw one of her friends from school. The girl was dressed like half naked and she didn't say hi to her. She looked the other way. So people who are classy, who are sophisticated, they're not going to want to be around you. So if you look around you and all of your friends are always half naked, then that's a problem. Right? That's a problem. So if you're that person out there and you're going to parties with your slit all the way up there and your boobs out and you have to be half naked before you can go out, or half naked on your Instagram, or you can't take one Instagram picture unless your butt is facing the camera, then there's those also that because they've gone to pay $10,000 for that butt, they have to face that butt to the camera. If you are that woman that you feel like you're so obsessed with showing your body, showing your body, I want you this evening, this Sunday, May 1st, take a journal and start to write down all of the feelings you're feeling. Do you love yourself? Do you love your life? Do you love your career? Do you love your work? Are you feeling purposeful? Are you still in a relationship with God? You know, when was the last time you read your Bible? Do you feel worthy? Do you feel purposeful? What is the meaning of your life? What is the meaning of your life? Are you single or are you married? If you're single, are you depressed because you don't have a good partner? Are you depressed because, sit down in your quiet time? A lot of people like that, they don't have quiet time. This is why for me, I like my quiet time. I don't move around in packs. You guys have seen some of my posts where I say some people like to move around in packs like wolves. Some people, if they're not around 10 friends, 20 friends, they don't feel worthy. They don't feel validated. If you cannot spend time on your own, if you hate being on your own, if you always have to be around friends, going here, going there, that's your first issue. That's your first issue. There's some women who don't even like their own company. They cannot be alone. They cannot be around themselves. They always have to be calling some friend. What are you doing? Oh, let's get together. Let's hang. When was the last time you have hung out with your own self? When was the last time you hung out with your own self? I can't find a book here. And taking a journal to do some writing. To write, what is the meaning of my life? What is the purpose? To write, what is the meaning of my life? What is the purpose of my life? Why am I still alive? Who am I impacting? Whose life am I benefiting? Hi Bernie. Hi Bernie.
Hello.
Hi. So I was just saying that
you have to know that I'm in Nigeria, like I said.
Oh yeah,
one of the ways that
that's
you're in
fine.
Nigeria.
That's fine. And we're going to round up
anytime.
That's totally fine. And I want you to give us your final thoughts. But I was giving my final thoughts that for me, actually, when I see some of those women, I actually feel sorry for them. There's sometimes I see them on Instagram and I'll just be praying for them. I hope one day she'll find God. I hope one day, because you can tell that those women who do those things we're talking about, who hang out their body parts, they have some spiritual demons. They have some spiritual void. There's something going on. If you sat down to really talk with them one-on-one, probably all of them would start crying if they tell you their story. There's a void somewhere. There's some hurts they haven't addressed, or they've moved away from God, or there's something. So I'm just calling out a challenge for those women out there who feel like they always have to be around people. They always have to be moving. For me, I'm a loner as much as I'm social on social media. I love my own alone time. I love my family time. I'm a family person, but I also love being alone because that's when I can think. That's when I can get to understand what I want to do in my life. Am I living my purpose? What is the meaning of my life? Am I impacting enough people? What is the legacy I'm leaving behind? How am I feeling? So if you feel you always have to be naked, if you feel like you always have to be around friends like wolves, because it's wolves that live in packs, you have to hang out with yourself sometimes. Take a journal tonight. I'm challenging every woman, whether you reveal your body or you don't reveal your body. All of us, today is Sunday, before we start the week, let's take a journal tonight and answer those questions. What is the meaning of my life? Am I happy? Do I feel fulfilled? Who am I enriching? Who am I impacting their lives outside of my family? Am I still close to God? When was the last time I read my Bible, or whichever religion you are? When was the last time I talked to God? Do I feel like I'm leaving a good legacy behind for my children, for other women, for other Black women, for women in general, for the world in general? Am I happy? Am I truly at peace? Do I truly love myself? Ask yourself some deep questions. And you'll start to see the answers. Some people, when they start journaling, they just start crying. They can't even journal because all of the answers they write, that's when they start remembering the pain, the low self-esteem, the low self-confidence. Because if you feel you have to reveal your body so much, there's a demon you're fighting. There's a void somewhere that you haven't addressed. So that's my take home for everybody. And I want you to tell us your take home, and then we'll do part 2 sometime soon.
Okay, I think my major take home, Dr. Iyabo, would be that we need to understand that as women, we are more than our bodies. We are more than the private parts. We have more to offer the world than our bodily parts. We need to understand that we are resourceful, we are beautiful, we have more to offer the generation to come than our vagina, than the breast. And we need to love ourselves, accept our strengths as a person, continue to work on our weaknesses, and understand that we are valuable people. And as people of value and people that want to be treated with respect, we must always dress the way we want to be addressed. That's it for me.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I loved this, Benny. I loved it.
Thank you so
and
much
I'm
for
sure
your
it
time.
will change. I'm sure it will change many lives. I'm also going to post it on my YouTube as well. So if you have a YouTube, I'll share it. Yeah, well, I'm going to collaborate with you so you can post it on your Instagram. But, I'll share the link with you if you have a YouTube. Let's post it on as many platforms.
My YouTube is the same name. I'm the same name on every platform.
Yes.
Social media. Yes.
Yeah, but on your YouTube, you'll have to post it yourself. I don't think you can tag somebody on YouTube and it shows up on their page. I don't think so. But I'll send you the link. Yeah, we'll talk about that offline. But everybody, thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for joining.
It will be on both our pages. Please tag your friends on the replay. Let a lot of people watch this. And let's start to make some positive changes in the women all over the world. Thank you, Benny. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bye. You too. Bye.
Bye.